Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Up with Potato. That's right, we're up at the top of Industry Grad at the moment, looking out upon a huge, incredible, brand new vehicle production area, two brand new regular vehicle production factories, and then, of course, we've got the railway production line up at the back there. I've not really let the game run for too long, however, in the time that it has been running, it seems to me that the bridge, the wonderful, incredible, crazy bridge right across yonder has started to be built, which I'm very happy about. The sooner that gets built, the better, really. The sooner we're able to start making trains, which is going to be very, very nice indeed. The current state of affairs with regards to both of these vehicle production buildings, I don't really want to build them at the moment. The fact that they're zoned, very important, but I don't actually want to build them. Right, I should say at the outset, thank you to everyone who gave me a fantastic showing in the comments of the last video. Your jokes were absolutely incredible, and I would like to say that is brilliant. I don't know why this this sort of code word thing has become a thing, but you know what? Stay tuned until the end of the episode to get your next instructions, operative. That's right, it's gonna be legit. Okay, well, what are we gonna do in this episode? Well, it's finally time. It's finally time to actually care about Kobe. That's right. I'm not entirely convinced that I'm gonna give them, you know, some better than dirt roads, because frankly, do they deserve it? I've been asking myself that same question for the last wee while, so I'm not entirely sure on that front. However, I do think that there is a lot of mileage to sort of streamline, first and foremost, the building process that we've got going in Kobe, and also a way to streamline the chemical delivery process, because I'm a little bit unhappy with how few chemicals we have over in Potatograd in comparison to how many chemicals we actually have right here. So that is a real problem. We're going to need to make sure that we get that set up. Now, we have already set up the Kobe large aggregate storage to deal with gravel, and that's working. That's working to some degree. However, that process also needs to be streamlined. We also need to bear in mind, we've got this pumping harbor. Now, I was going to... What was I going to pump across? Was I going to pump across fuel? I think I was going to pump across fuel. Yeah, I was going to definitely pump across fuel over to the... Yeah, I was going to pump it across to the harbor over here, and then from there, we could distribute the fuel to our oil/fuel storage. Okay, so that is at least something to get started with. Let's get cracking. What do we want to do? What do we want to do in the first instance? Well, I think in the first instance, probably chemicals. Probably chemicals is a good shout. Now, what we can do on the trip across... Actually, hold up. I need to make sure that... all of these buildings are linked up to the fuel network. So you do fuel, cool, then I'm gonna do that too. Alright, so that should work, right? Cool, alright, so all of these buildings are now linked up to the fuel network, which means that they should be able to, hopefully, be resupplied with fuel over the course of time, which is great. Are we running a little bit low on fuel? No, we seem to be a-okay when it comes to fuel, which is great. I'm kind of hoping that maybe over the course of this episode as well, we can stop importing oil. I'm hopeful that some of my oil rigs and the extended oil pipeline will come online. We haven't actually built the extended oil pipeline yet, so that's somewhat of a problem, but hey-ho. Okay, right, we need to get some resources. We need to get some resources in here. I'm going to limit the amount of resources that are available to be stored at that open storage. And then I'm going to zip back across. Now, I'm not actually sure that I know the best way to do what I want to do here. Right. First of all, we want the Volgobalt, right? We want the Volgobalt right here, the brand new and unused Volgobalt, to be doing the vast majority of transportation. So, let's plan this out. So, we're going to go over here, right? We're going to go to Shipsky Harbor. We're going to load steel. We're going to load prefab panels. We're going to load bricks. We're going to load boards. Anything else? Does anything else need to be moved across? I don't think so. I don't think anything else needs to be moved across. I think that's all that we require for a bunch of building, really. And then what else? Do we want to maybe increase the size of this open storage network here? What I mean by that is that maybe we want to stick down more individual separate hubs, like collection hubs. In fact, I actually quite like this idea. Yeah, so we sort of consolidate our resources across 4 different hubs. Let me just roughly show you what I mean. Right, so sort of something like that. There we go, something like that, which is cool. And then we link up the hubs via factory connection. I think this is what I want to do, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal using forklifts, obviously. However, I'm really not that bothered about using forklifts when the stakes are super low. You know, I mean, there's no reason to worry really about the use of forklifts in this process. So if I do this, we'll take this out. We will manage to stick in a thingamabobber. That's right, a vehicle connection. That's the wrong type of vehicle connection, Potato. There we go. Okay. Can we squeeze this in here? Is this just unsqueezable on account of this this road? It looks rather unsqueezable to me. All right. Well, we'll redo that. There we go. Right. Yes. Perfect. 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 2 thumbs up from me. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's do it. Okay. Great. So this is all in a roundabout way trying to solve our, I guess not necessarily our steel problems, but, you know, just our continuity issues. I mean, we do have issues. We do have issues over in Potato Rad. We do have issues with regards to chemicals. I'm not super happy with the amount of chemicals that we're getting delivered to all of these different facilities. There needs to be more chemicals. There needs to be more chemicals in storage. The fact that this isn't, you know, near full is a tragedy. It really, really is. And the whole reason that stuff isn't being moved is mostly because we just don't have enough trucks on the route. Like, if we have a little look at the sheer amount of chemicals that we've got at the Comrade warehouse, you can see there's no excuse. Well, look, we're not even making chemicals anymore. We got so many of them. So that, Comrade, needs to get rectified immediately. Absolutely immediately. In fact, it needs to be built yesterday. Okay, so that is going to be part of the infrastructure that I'm after. I guess we don't really need that much forklift infrastructure. I will say probably not that much forklift infrastructure. Maybe a single forklift. We should probably just go for a double, just in case, just to be safe. Alright, so get that built. What do I want to build? I will probably try and build a bunch of this infrastructure, mostly because I'm very wealthy, but also because, in part, I want to immediately start transporting to this area in, like, 5 minutes. If that, folks. We are on course for greatness. We're always on course for greatness. How could we ever be off course for greatness? Right. That in there. Let's get all of those built. Wonderful. We've still got many, many thousands of rubles. Okay, now I think we're ready to mostly take delivery of resources. I think we totally are. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit the amount of resources that are stored in each and every one of these open storages. So just like we've got up at Mini Constructo, we're going to have a bespoke storage for each and every resource, right? There we go. There we go. Make sure that that's all at 0. Wonderful. And then now we're on to bricks. Brilliant. Okay, I think this is the best way of doing it. I have absolutely no idea. That was so stupid. I have absolutely no idea. This isn't a very evidence-based approach. This is just, I got a gut feeling that this is the best setup that we can reasonably get. And therefore, we're gonna do it. Tell you what, now that we've got gravel produced locally, or should I say, not produced locally, stored locally. That's the term that I was looking for. Now that we've got gravel stored locally, we should have no issues building any number of gravel roads around these parts. Yep, we should have 0 issues whatsoever. Okay, we need to get a power supply out here, but we'll need a... Oh, you're kidding me, really? It's just not within range? I mean, that is a crying shame. That is an absolute crying shame, which I will need to get rectified, unfortunately. Yep, there's no I made a stupid decision excuse here. It's just sheer bad luck, unfortunately. Right. I should have checked, though. I should have checked that my forklift depots were within range. Right, cool, cool, brilliant. Plop that down there, plop that down there. Alright, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It looks like these roads are going to get built faster than I can even anticipate. Wonderful. Very, very happy with that. Okay, so that is our infrastructure set up. We just need to get a couple of forklifts. I'm going to, of course, get the modified forklifts. Not because I really need to. I could probably get away easily with just the regular forklifts here. But, you know, why the heck not, right? Why the heck not? Need to assign tasks. I mean... Yes, I will connect up the distribution office in just a second as soon as the road is built. Okay, right. That's our infrastructure. That's looking pretty darn good. Ideally, we keep a little bit of space around this pumping harbor so that we can link up some pipes. But that's not necessarily a problem for now. Okay, good. So, let's shoot back across to the other side of the map just for a second. And then let's chat about what actually needs to be done on this side in order to make this area work properly as it should. First of all, the amount of gravel that we're moving over here is abysmal. I don't even know how many trucks we have on this line, or how many distribution trucks are on this line, but it's almost certainly not enough, whatever the number is. We also need to probably do... Do I want to do this via distribution office? I think I actually, unironically, do want to do this via distribution office. So, we're going to set up a couple of distribution offices, and we're going to move all of the resources across to the Shipski open storage via distribution office. Yeah. I actually am super happy with that decision. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to crack the hated wireframe out just for a second, and then I'm going to terraform this land just a smidgeroony, because I would like to build a whole bunch of distribution offices here. Basically, I'm thinking we want 4 distribution offices, 1 for each horseman of the apocalypse. I mean, no, one for each resource that we're going to be moving across to Shipski. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. Let's get these all built. Turn off that hideous wireframe. The less time that I have to look at it, the better, frankly. Accidentally built that distribution office with dollars. Makes no impact to my bottom line, frankly. That is not a problem. Alright, very, very good. Very, very good. That's 4 distribution offices that are going to be built in just a second, which is wonderful. I'm still not entirely sure how we're going to get over the problem of the resources that are being loaded onto these boats. I.e., what's stopping the 2 ships that are currently going to the border from just picking up all of my steel or prefab panels or bricks that are destined for Kobe? It's a very good question, and one that I'm not entirely sure I have the answers to, honestly. In fact, no, let me clarify that. I definitely do not have the answers to that question. Tell you what I can do, though. I do have the answers to some questions. We can now get the biggest, baddest trucks in the whole flipping universe. The Maz 537s. These guys carry, what do they carry? 50 tons of steel, 40 tons of bricks, 50 tons of boards, 45 tons of prefab panels. I was waiting to say, I'm going to get 4 distribution offices, 1 for each and every type of resource. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to need to if the Mazes are so darned large. Seriously. Okay, well that's a thing. That is a thing that I didn't really anticipate happening, but there we go. Now this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Video game. We've talked about this. We've talked about this before. That's a real problem. Thankfully, I think I should be able to get a road cargo station in here. If I'm able to get a road cargo station in here, then all will be forgiven. All will be forgiven if I can link it up to that storage. All is forgiven, video game. All is forgiven. Have no fear, Potato is here. Right, so if we get that linked up, then that's perfect. We can now transfer directly to the harbor as well as directly to the open storage. I would kind of rather not... I would kind of rather not transfer directly to the harbor. I kind of want to see the resources that I actually have stored in here. That's kind of important to me. Not on any level, just probably, you know, quite cool. Right, so for you, we're going to add a brand new connection right over here. The new connection is going to solely unload, although we will need to get another distribution office, which is going to load up resources which come from the harbor. So that's kind of fun to bear in mind. I'm swiftly moving to the opinion that maybe we need to get like a secondary harbor that deals with exports, because this is a bit of a problem. Radio station? How on earth can the radio station get set on fire? That's bad vibes there. Very, very bad vibes. Okay, anyway, we're going to be unloading steel, prefab panels, bricks, and boards over at the harbor. That's cool, at the Shipsky Road Station. Prefab panels are going to be picked up here. Storage percent needs to be below... What is it? Below 30%? I think if we say below 30%, then that's fine. Actually, no, let's bump it up to 50%. I know it's not perfect because we've got 4 resources, and therefore, ideally, we'd like to have below 25%. But we'll leave it at 50% at the moment, because that means that more resources will be in transit at any one given time, which is maybe a little bit of a bad idea. Yeah, in fact, you know what? The more that I think about it, the more I'm convinced that it's going to be a bad idea. However, the point remains is that it should work a little bit more smoothly. I'm going to try and fully explain my thought process in just a second. Right, so bricks are going to be moved from here. Brilliant. What else do I need? Steel, of course, the most challenging aspect. I'm actually delivering steel technically via train, although at the moment I'm not delivering it via train. So I'm just going to set up an additional collection point for steel. Part of the problem is at the moment we're just missing a whole bunch of coal. Oh, goodness gracious me. It's the worst. It's the... You've got 4 tons. You've got 4 tons of iron just remaining. Just, goodness gracious me. Just go. Just go, just go, just go. I think the train network, by the way, is kind of fixed. The only problem is that it's still really, really, really busy. It is fixed. It is fixed to some degree, i.e. there's no electrification issues, none of that nonsense. It's just a busy network. And another fire. It's actually in Kolgradsky. Also, thank you very much. Thank you very much to the people that were pointing out in the comments that I didn't connect a little walkway to the gymnasium. Look at look. There's no way for me to. There's no way. It's not actually possible. It's not actually. You know what? Look, just for you. Because you left a very good joke in the comments, and I thought it was very, very highly amusing. I tell you what, folks, some of the jokes that that you guys came up with in the comments of the last video, absolutely had me in stitches. I'm not even exaggerating, not even slightly. My voice sounds like it's dripping in sarcasm right now, but no. Truth be told, it was hilarious, and I appreciated each and every one of the jokes, and it was brilliant. So there we go. As recognition of all of your fantastic efforts to make me laugh and stick a joke in the comments, there's now a path connecting up the gymnasium. I hope that settles that affair. Brilliant. Right, let's go back over here. Now, are the Mazes dispatched? The Mazes have indeed been dispatched. Okay. I mean, this is where things can technically get a little bit dicey. But it's okay. We'll give it a shot. Right, so all of the resources are going to be delivered to the road cargo station as soon as the Mazes have done what they need to do. We've got 4 trucks. Each and every one of them is going to load up a bunch of resources. Each and every one of them should be able to get away with it, apart from the truck that's responsible for loading up steel. That resource is probably going to have to wait for a little bit. Okay, fine. So let's have a little look at the other half of the Volgobalt's orders. So, at Shipsky, you're going to pick up steel, prefab panels, bricks, and boards. And then if we head across to the other side, we can see, yep, we're going to unload. We're going to wait until, actually, we're not going to wait until unloaded. We're not going to wait until unloaded just in case. We're going to unload steel, prefab panels, bricks, and boards, and we're actually going to load chemicals, plastics, and that's it. Chemicals and plastics. So, what we need to do is we need to have a little look. We need to have a little look at our infrastructure here. And is this going to be a problem in terms of space? Because I think we probably want to put in a warehouse right over here to keep all of our plastics and all of our chemicals safe and sound next to the harbor so that we can backlog a little bit of a supply. I think we're going to do that. Might be a little bit of a pain in the backside to get set up, but actually I don't anticipate it will. Ideally, we are able to keep a bit of space free for ye old road access. I think that's actually going to be totally fine. Right, so the whole rationale behind doing this is that it just gives us another point of buffer, right? It gives us another area, where we can store yet more chemicals, yet more resources, and just make sure that everything just flows that little bit smoother. Now, buffers can have unintended consequences. There can be downsides to buffers too. The severe downside that I'm thinking of right now is that when something goes wrong in your production process, i.e., you know, all of your employees die in a radioactive fire or something. I have no idea why I chose that as a reasonable thing, because, I mean, frankly, that's not going to happen over this side of Kobe. Let me think of a more reasonable example. Okay, say that, I don't know, say that the train doesn't understand how to fill up at the diesel station. That is a very reasonable example. As you will know, that's happened, you know, copious numbers of times over the course of this series, that the train sometimes just doesn't fill up at the diesel station for whatever reason. Okay, so say that happens, and as a consequence of that, nobody is able to actually get to Comrade. Nobody's able to make any chemicals. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. There's no chemicals that are made. The thing is because we've got, you know, whatever this is, 193 tons of backlogged chemicals, sure, that'll keep us going. That'll keep us going for a while, and that's great. You know, I love the fact that we've got that sort of inbuilt redundancy in the system. However, it's also going to take me like 3 episodes to realize that something has actually gone horrifically wrong, and therefore it's gonna require resource, it's gonna require money, and it's gonna require an acceptance that we've lost a whole bunch of economic productivity, and that grinds my gears. I really don't like wasting like working hours, which is exactly why I get really irritated when we see this number at 100%, because this is acceptance that we have failed in our mission to ensure that chemicals are made at a consistent rate. Anyway, so we're getting a brand new distribution office. The brand new distribution office should help a heck of a lot. This is all fine. Yep, I'm just looking at these distribution centers, just checking out what's going on here. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have a little look at the... Right. Is it all... It's not all grain ski. Yeah. So Comrade Road Cargo Station all the way over to unload. How many trucks do we have on that line? We have 6 trucks on that line. Well, frankly, that is a travesty. An absolute travesty. There is no reason why there should be that few trucks on this line. And you go directly from the Comrade Cargo Station. Do we have any trucks that go directly from the Comrade warehouse? I don't think we do. Now, I'm going to leave this construction line as it is for now, but that might change. I reserve the right to change that at any time. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to see if I can get, yes, that's right, the best train in the world. Not necessarily a train, but it is a land train, so I guess half of that sentence made sense. You carry 13 tons of chemicals. Each and every one of these trucks carries 13 flipping tons of chemicals. That is a lot of chemicals. So, let's set this up. We're going to go here. We're going to say load chemicals. Unload chemicals if this is less than 90%. Right? Also, what we're going to do is we're going to limit the amount. We're not going to use this area for crops. We're not going to use this area for fabric. Not yet, anyway. Not going to use it for alcohol. Not going to use it for food. Not yet, anyway. Not going to use it for clothes. Not going to use it for electronic components. Not going to use it for mechanical components. Not going to use it for electronics. We are only going to use it for plastic and chemicals. So there we go. Right. So, moving right along. You do not seem to have... You do not seem to have been triggered to pick up resources at the road cargo station. No matter, we can collect direct from the Comrade warehouse. Pick up chemicals. Immediately you're off. Okay, I mean, look, that's a little quirk, but it's totally fine. Totally fine. And I think it's just because there's like an industry connection behind it. It just doesn't always register with the distribution office. That's fine. It's totally fine. However, in saying that, I do think that the trucks are gonna register the plastic pickup over here. Right, so Comrade warehouse, brilliant. Kobe warehouse, we're gonna unload plastics over there if that's below 90%. So we should see all of these trucks mobilized and head on over to Comrade in order to pick up a copious amount of chemicals, and that is gonna stop this horrific line of text occurring, the text that says we cannot store or export chemicals. Okay, so that is really, really good. I'm very, very happy with that. Now we're entirely ready. We are entirely ready to take delivery of resources. Let's pop back across to Dockski. See what the situation is over here. Still nothing. Nothing's been loaded. So stuff has been loaded on board, but you see, this is the problem. This is the problem with having an export harbor and a, I guess, like, domestic transport harbor at the same time. Right, let's get you to set off. So let me see where this Volgobalt, I don't know, docks. I guess, like, over here, presumably, is where it's going to dock. Now, we need to move to a situation where we have an export harbor and a domestic harbor. There is no other way to deal with it. Also, this seems to be a massive problem. And I don't think that I can actually fix this. By this, I mean this rock formation underneath here. Alternatively, is it an issue? Is it an issue with the fact that there are only 2 ships able to be docked at the harbor at the same time? Or maybe it was just that rock formation that you had beached yourself on. It might have indeed been that. Right, so as you can see, we've got bricks that are coming in here, which is all fine and well. However, we're continuing to export them, and I don't want to export bricks. Not at all. In fact, that is literally the worst case scenario for me, because pretty sure bricks, prefab panels, all of these things lose money. Anyway, this just sort of reconfirms to me why I've used this as like the 50% figure, because even though storage is limited to 20% at each and every one of the individual resources that we can store in the open storage, now 25%. If we have 50%, it means that there should be more trucks in transit. But because of the size of these Maz trucks, it actually might make no difference whatsoever. Right, so you're going to dock in just a second. Hopefully you do it soon. And it'll be a good experiment to see exactly what happens. So does this ship on the right take priority when it comes to loading? Interesting. Okay, it totally does. And already you're off. Okay. Go back. Wait until loaded. Wait until loaded. Right, and we want to load up like literally 10%. Literally 10%. So that's 250 tons of boards. I mean, look, this is a lot of tonnage. Where the heck are you flipping going? Go back to Shipski. Okay, it's clear to me that at some point we're gonna need to move to a setup where we've got a bespoke export harbor, no place to store finished vehicles, and also no workers. Ah, yes. Let me assign you to here. There we go. And then, oh, look at that. I didn't even realize. I've never seen that happen before. I didn't even realize that there was an animation. Oh my goodness, how fantastic. Well, I'm so glad that we all got to witness that together, folks. That was very exciting. That was tremendous. That was absolutely tremendous. Wow. Holy cow. That was really, really great. That was really, really, really great. Right. Mr. Volgobalt, you're back this time. You're back. You're better than ever. You're more prepared than ever. You've got 79 rubles worth of cargo. A national embarrassment if ever I saw one. Well, no matter. We should, theoretically. There we go. Again, you're just... What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I am lost for words. I'm lost for words at the shenanigans that I am seeing in front of me right now. It kind of beggars belief. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell this vehicle. I'm going to sell one of these Hercules ships. In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to sell both of these Hercules ships. I don't care about them anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move you into the home depot, and I'm going to move you into the home depot for now. Yes, I know this is not an ideal situation. However, I want to make sure that we get this sorted, and if it means prioritizing the, you know, filling up of this Volgobalt, then so be it. So be it. We'll continue to build another Hercules, because I do actually want another gravel transport ship. That does seem like a good thing to have set up. That's on wait until unloaded, wait until loaded. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Well, I can't complain too much. Things are not going too badly. Right, so let's let you fill up. Hopefully you park up, and hopefully you stay there. Just stay, just don't touch anything, just don't move. It's fine. There's a couple of bits of steel, couple of bits of prefab panel that can be loaded up on board right now. Right. We good? We're good. How wonderful. You're filling up with fuel, which is great, and now you're filling up with prefab panels, steel, and bricks. Oh my goodness, it's something that I never thought would happen. Okay, well that is fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm very, very happy with that. That is really, really very, very good. Okay. How are things going over here? Things are going great. Holy cow, this is fantastic. This is brilliant. What are you doing? Why are you delivering people here? There's no construction happening over here for now. No siree. No, just the bridge for now. If we make some decent progress on the bridge, then that will keep me happy for a little bit, which is good. Also, I tell you what I could do. I'm just thinking, is there any way that I can connect up like another service road around here? Probably not, actually. Right. Are we producing steel? We're producing steel at a very, very good rate of knots. Again, a little bit irritated with the fact that we don't have any coal trains coming through here. All of the coal trains that we've got coming through are over in this vicinity. It's not exactly great. Also, thank you very much to everyone who pointed out that there is a significant traffic jam over here. Now, I don't actually think that for the most part this traffic jam matters. Like, most of these trucks are either, you know, grain trains or grain trucks going to Comrade, and for the most part Comrade can self-supply itself with grain now anyway. And there's also a bunch of refueling trucks here, obviously, and it's not great that we're delaying these. It's not great at all. However, it's also not like super terrible. However, in response to all of your comments, I am in fact going to be building a bridge, because if I build a bridge, then that will hopefully rectify that issue. Okay, you guys go back to Novoya Iron Ski. So great, get that sorted. Wonderful, exceptional. And let in some coal trains, please. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, it's just the worst. It's just the worst combination. It's just the worst. Okay. That there, fine, and then a chain signal. Yeah, a chain signal right in here after that's been fixed. All right, excellent. I think there is still an idea in my mind to create like a waypoint system over here, because I haven't really utilized train waypoints altogether too much. I think I do want to actually use a waypoint system, and if I do stick a waypoint system in here, then it would force iron trains to only occupy one slot. It's something that I'm considering. A large aggregate storage in nuclear grad. Oh, that's uranium storage. Oh my goodness. Okay, now does this actually give off uranium radons, nuclear vibes? What's the term that I'm looking for? Radiation. That's the term that I'm looking for. I don't think it does. I think it's holding steady at the moment. Maybe it'll give off radiation if indeed it explodes. I also don't even know if we're capable of putting that fire out. There is a fire station right over there, though, so yeah, we should be able to. Right, brilliant. Also, great news inbound. We are very close. We're 5 tons of steel away from finishing our twin nuclear reactor. Now, that is at the same time as building all of these different structures. Look at that. We've moved 318 tons of steel onto that construction site. So, look, I gotta be brutally honest. Even though it doesn't look like steel is that much improved, it is much improved. It is much improved. Things are good in the world of steel. They really, really are. Okay, yeah, so that's good. We got another train of coal coming in just a second, which is fantastic. Yeah, this is a good way to handle. This is a good way to handle deliveries of resources to the steel mill, I think. It's just a good way to supplement, you know, the amount of steel that we're actually able to get in. How are we doing with regards to the tunnel? 76%. Goodness gracious me. Another 10 episodes and we'll be there. We're ever so close to actually accomplishing a tunnel that we started, what, in like episode 4? It's frightfully early, to be honest. Frightfully early. We've got iron coming in now, which is fine. We have so much iron. We have so much iron. And not enough coal. Yeah. Yeah, this is a conundrum. This is a conundrum. We don't have enough coal. Well, we're going to be shutting down our coal power plants, like, very, very soon. In fact, I would wager in the next episode if we are this close to finishing the nuclear reactor. Right, let's pop back across over here. Where the heck did you go, boat? You've headed across the ocean. Now, I mean, I'm not exactly over the moon about that. However, you've got 3.9 tons of steel. Well, that is deeply unhelpful. Deeply, deeply, deeply unhelpful. Oh, boy. I'm actually thinking that maybe the Volgobalt isn't the most practical ship when it comes to moving resources. Is it maybe... Yeah, if we could do a Hercules open cargo, that would probably be the more appropriate... Yeah, that would probably be the more appropriate boat to do the job. And then, is there any other ship which can transport... No, there's no other ship that can transport chemicals. Yep. So it either has to be a Volgobalt or a Frida. A Frida is slightly faster. The Frida can travel up to, I think it's 24 knots. Whereas the Volgobalt is slightly slower. So the Volgobalt does 9 knots. Whereas the Frida does 14 knots. Okay, so 24 was a serious exaggeration in capability. But at the same time, the Volgobalt is a heck of a lot bigger and it stores a heck of a lot more goods. All right, well, we'll just have to deal with that. That's totally fine. Okay. Right, so we've got a bunch of chemicals. We've got a bunch of plastic. That's brilliant. Are we ready to load up to 100%? Wait until loaded 100%. Yeah, I think we actually legitimately are. And already, we've basically reverted to a situation where we're producing so many chemicals that it's actually becoming a little bit of a problem. Also, I should have mentioned that we're not even the max number of people that we can stick into this chemical plant. I mean, that is far off. That is far off. I mean, that's something that we're going to want to get to. It's just not something that we can get to at this moment in time. And plastic as well. How are we doing for plastic? Again, we can't export plastics. That is a conundrum. That is an absolute conundrum. Okay, let me set up some trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just do the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see if this actually works, as it should. The Volgobalt is coming in right about now. Man, I tell you what, I'm nervous. I'm actually legitimately nervous that this isn't going to work, or it isn't going to work in the way that I would like it to. Now, that is of course a concern, could happen, but I'm just very hopeful that it doesn't. Alright, come on, Volgabelt, you're spoiling the mood. Just get over here. Just get over here as quickly as you possibly can. Let's crank that up to 19%, so we'll move 20%, well, roughly 20% of the entire carrying capacity of this Volgabelt. We'll see how it works. Okay. So you arrive at the cargo harbor. Yes. You slow down to a very, very slow speed. And you try and navigate the water. I will say, boat navigation does seem fairly slow and can occasionally be a little bit buggy, from my personal experience. 380 people, 345. Okay. Tell you what, we don't actually have enough trains on this line. We need more trains. Yeah. Right, so the Volgabelt gets into the station. It gets into the harbor. Station's on my mind. Come on. This is at 2 times speed as well. There was a fire somewhere. Where was it? Cinema at Kolgradsky. Fine. Right, and so everything is unloaded into piles in the open storage. Immediately, the forklifts are mobilized. And I very, very much hope that everything is going to go smoothly. So hopefully they shouldn't move the resources back into this storage here. And just like that, the chemicals are starting to be loaded, which is brilliant. All of the brilliantly fantastic huge mazes are going to be dispatched. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a Maz expressway to get over here. Well, I say I'm going to build it. I'm not going to build it. I'm going to let my vehicles build it. Right, and we're moving resources out here. However, are we moving them back? No, we don't seem to be moving them back. No, we are moving them back. Look at that. We just picked up steel. Okay. So, Kobe open storage, medium is going to have loading, but no unloading. And same over here. Yeah, cool. Alright, so that should rectify that issue. I was worried that would happen, but, you know, teething problems. I'm not necessarily worried about it long term. Here come the trucks to move the gravel to build the big brand new expressway that I've just built, which is wonderful. Cool, very, very cool. And let's get as many chemicals as we possibly can. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Yep, I am very, very happy. Very, very happy with this. Again, 13 tons of chemicals. That's 70,000 rubles worth of chemicals in there. I mean, that is quite something. That is quite something. The fact that we have so many chemicals is brilliant. It's also kind of terrifying. Also very, very terrifying. Right, so these trucks are just going to move the resources slowly but surely. What is that? That's 700 and something. That's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And it's only going to continue to get more and more. More and more stuff. Okay, now, what I'm thinking we might be better doing is we might be best moving to a situation where we have a road cargo station here, as opposed to just getting the trucks to drive up into the warehouse. I mean, that's a little bit of an unimportant distinction to make, but, you know, it might be something to consider. Also, the size of the Volgabelt means that it's going to take us a heck of a long time to get this boat loaded up. I'm not entirely sure that we want that. Not entirely sure that we want that at all. Right, so here's something that we can actually do. And this should, in fact, work. We currently have the Shipsky warehouse set up to take deliveries of goods and move them into Shipsky warehouse, i.e. we're using Shipsky warehouse to export a whole bunch of resources. However, we can actually just reverse this train a little bit, and we can actually just say, Nucleargrad warehouse, unload 100% of everything. Shipsky warehouse, load 100% of anything. Wait until loaded. That's what we need to do. Now, who has control of this? Yeah, so Nucleargrad small distribution office. So what we need to do is we literally just need to say, hey, instead of going to load, go to unload, and unload at unload, don't load at load at all, and load at the nuclear grad cargo station, and just take everything. So what we've now effectively done is we've now effectively created a reverse system where the nuclear grad warehouse is where all of the resources are going to be moved to, and then they're all going to be moved by the distribution office, which we were originally using to sell stuff or export stuff, which I've got to be honest is still something that we're going to need to do, but I think we probably need to set up a separate, independent, fully independent setup so that we don't have any crossed wires, you know, so we're not selling chemicals that we need in domestic production. Right, well, this is looking very, very good. However, the one thing that I am coming to terms with is the fact that I don't think the Vogelbelt is entirely appropriate for the job that we need it to do, to be honest. In fact, I think it would be much better suited to a Frida. Yeah, right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to send you off to the border, okay? Send you off to the border now. There we go. Send you off to the border. Sell all that stuff. And once you're back from the border, we're going to reassign you to work on domestic transport stuff. And then at the same time, the Vogelbelt can be reassigned to do international stuff. Right. What we're also going to need to do, in recognition that we have now basically just given up on using that central harbor as both an export hub and a domestic hub, what I am going to do... Why am I using terrain average? Terrain average is useful in a very, very niche number of circumstances, but frankly, it's not that useful. Height from center is way more useful. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just getting a little bit of free space because I'm just going to try and get a brand new harbor, because I think that's what we need to do, right? That's what we have to do. We need to get ourselves a brand new harbor. We need to get ourselves a brand new harbor that can specifically deal with exports to the outside world. We're gonna still, I think, send all of the goods back to Petrograd, and then from Petrograd they can be distributed if indeed we've got too many of them. Okay, I shouldn't really need that much more space than this. Yeah, we should actually be quite close. If I just do a little bit of land modification, then that'll get us to pretty much where we need to be, I believe. I always forget how far into the ocean the harbors need to go. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. Great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Alright. Free the space. Free the sea. Alright. Good stuff. Wonderful. Looking very, very nice indeed. Okay. Right, and you, yeah, get this bit flattened as well. I don't want to faff around with this for too much longer. I'm just waiting for the Vogelbelt, by the way, to arrive, because it's going to arrive really, really soon. And when that does arrive, oh boy, our nuclear facility is going to be super grateful for the chemicals, no doubt. I mean, part of the reason that we need to get this set up before the nuclear reactor actually opens is because we need a whole bunch more chemicals to make the nuclear fuel anyway. So it's pretty darn imperative that we get it set up as swiftly as we can. Right, okay, with that little bit of terraforming, I think that should give us what we need. Right, so I need a cargo harbor, medium cargo harbor. Have I estimated the right amount of space? Tell you what. I'm not half bad. I'm actually not half bad. Right. Let's try and get as flat of a dockside, I guess. We'll get a flat area over here. That's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's the most perfect. It's the most perfect situation that we could really ask for. I'm gonna quickly just terraform this area to make sure that we don't have any conflicting nonsense. Also, I know that I can use waypoints. I should probably use more waypoints than I currently use for boats, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. Large aggregate storage in industry grads. You're kidding me. You're actually having a giggle? You're actually... Not the iron one, the coal one. It had to be the coal one. This is... it's beyond a joke. It's actually beyond a joke. I mean, look. It needs to be done with a bridge. Apparently. Where's the nearest fire station? Here? Oh, there's no way that we're going to be able to get around there. Actually, no. As long as we link it up over here, we should be fine. Right. This is a disaster. This is a disaster, but I guess needs must, right? Okay. There. There. Come on. I'm very grumpy about this video game. The fact that you're forcing me to make a ridiculous bridge is irritating me. Really? That's still... What do you want? What do you want from me? I mean, this is another utterly ludicrous construction project. I mean, just the most ridiculous. This is as high as I can make it, by the way. Angle of connection is too sharp. Disgruntled individual right here. Very disgruntled individual. Right. Keep it coming. I think we did it. Oh, we did it. Fantastic. Okay. 340,000 rubles right down the drain there, but... You know, c'est la vie. What can you do? Not very much. Right, call the fire brigade. Get a fire truck to come across here right now, please. It's a big bit of bridge. Thank you. If I have to rebuild this... No fire trucks coming to deal with it? Is this actually connected properly? I don't really want to try and... refigure this out. Let me try it again. Right. One more time. Video game? You're not in range? Are you really serious right now? You're not in range? You're not in range? You're not in range? Okay, I mean, okay, the next best thing is to try and get another fire station. And then just lament the whole darn time about how unbelievably robbed I feel of this encounter right now. I mean, there is no way at this rate that we're going to survive it, right? Right. Buy the best firefighters. Firetruck was called and is headed to this fire. It's gotta go pretty darn fast, I gotta be honest. Is there a bus coming right now? Run to the fire station. Run to the fire station, folks. There's a firefighter at the fire station. Run, 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 run. We have firefighters. We have firefighters. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't believe wow. Okay. I mean, the amount of money that we had to spend in order to save this. Wow. Holy cow. Actual fantastic, insane adrenaline boost going right through me there. Holy cow. Wowzers. Okay, that was bananas, actually. Well, we did it. I mean, I'm not proud of the fact that it cost me like 500,000 rubles. However, that's what money's for, right? Money is for emergencies like this. Or something. Somebody said one time. Don't quote me on that. Okay, look, get these flipping trains out of here. I'm really irritated. I'm really irritated. I feel like we need to just reduce the number of trains that we have on this route so that we have a more consistent supply of coal trains coming in. But look, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Are there any... And you've got 600 tons of iron. Yeah, look, I might change the the order around, I might put a singular coal train, or a singular iron train onto the coal route. That's very, very possible. Right. This is the next part of the process. There we go. Connect that up. Don't know why I connected that up as such, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very, very basic thing over here. We're going to set this up. Set this up to work like this. Right, remove that. Yep. Totally fine. And if we can manage to get away with a single... Brilliant. Absolutely exceptional. A single road cargo station, that would make me very, very happy indeed. That orientation is not super bad. I'll take it. Are we going to be able to get a road connection up here? Primarily just for fire prevention purposes. It's kind of important. Turns out, totally fine. Brilliant. Well, unexpected, but a very, very nice, little surprise. Brilliant. Okay. That connected up, that connected up. And this connected up over here, making sure that we don't get it too close to the industry connection, because otherwise it won't build. Another building is on fire. Medium distribution office at Bridgegrad. Now, there might not even be the fire station out here. No fire trucks are coming to deal with this fire. This is a real problem. This is a very, very big problem, actually. The fact that I didn't anticipate this is... I mean, I can't actually stress how much of a problem this is. This is a very, very big problem. Because this is core infrastructure here. I mean, these two oil fuel storages are very, very key infrastructure. This less so, but still, I mean, it's a massive pain in the backside to redo all of this stuff. But we're getting to that point where we've got so many buildings that there always seems to be at least 3 buildings on fire at any one given time. I don't even know what the answer to this actually is. Like, how do we solve this problem? How do we solve this problem? If I was to build a fire station here, would that fix the issue? I mean, it would fix the issue in terms of it would probably cover the area that is currently on fire. However, it doesn't fix the issue in terms of, oh, we still need to get people out there. I tell you what we'll do. We're going to buy 4 bespoke buses. They don't need to be big buses. They can just be... Yeah, 57 passengers seems entirely reasonable. And I've not used this bus yet at all, so we'll give it a shot, right? Okay, so we're going to pick people up from here. We'll pick them up from the train station, actually. And then we'll get people to move out over here. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop people off at the steel mill for now. Mostly just as a little way to accelerate getting these buses out of the depot. Like, if there is a chance that we're able to save... First stop is unreachable position. Yeah, we'll need to reconnect this thingamabobber up, won't we? Yes, I completely forgot that we don't actually have a road connection here. Huh, okay. That's, is that a problem? It will be a problem, actually. Right. Okay, is it possible for me to get a... It is. Easy. Alright, so get that built. And then start spamming this button, so as soon as this road is built, we're able to get our 4 trucks out. Right, so the 4 trucks should rush immediately. Rush immediately across to the railway station. Right, here they come. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And then once the fire station is built, which is now, brilliant. We'll buy the 4 fire engines that we need. And then we can redo the trains on this route. The trains on this route? What am I talking about? Redo the buses on this route. So instead of going to the steel mill... Yep, you were never going to the steel mill. You were always supposed to be going to the fire station. Right. Excellent. So, 57 people, get them loaded up. The fact that there is a very, very irritating crossing at this point right here is unavoidable, to be honest. Absolutely unavoidable. We've got 1 bus through, and that's going to at least make somewhat of a difference. We don't need power. This deals with... The range is just not that good. Wait. Okay, the engines have arrived. The engines have arrived. There's 4 vehicles on site, which is really, really good. What I might actually legitimately do, just because I actually, upon further reflection, think that it's pretty important that that building doesn't burn down, because otherwise I'm going to have to redo all of the different fuel delivery areas. I'm going to instead just import some workers. Okay, there we go. So get into the fire station. Now, this can have the weird effect of somehow accelerating the fire progress sometimes. So we have to be really, really careful. So hopefully, if they're not able to put the fire out, then they're going to be able to hold the fire back until the buses get here. Okay, I tell you what, these guys might even be able to put the fire out. I really don't like... I don't like doing this, though. I don't like sticking down a flat and then just, you know, doing that. But I'm glad that we've got, like, a, you know, a system in place now where we can hopefully deliver a couple of random people to go and work at the fire station. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. Right, locate these 10, 20, 50 citizens. Let's get them moved across to the brand new... Are we full? Wow, we're totally full over here. Right, well, I don't want to let them go to waste, because they're just going to despawn if I don't do anything about them. Alright. Excuse me? There we go. Wonderful. Alright, so nobody lives there. We can move people across at some point, if indeed we need to. But I'd rather not have to check up on any given area. I would, you know, very much like to just hope that the fire service works at any given place. So, yeah, that's good. I'm pretty happy about that. Right, moving back over here, how are things going in this vicinity? Things are going well, however, I was interrupted mid-thought. What I was basically trying to say was that we're going to need to make sure that we get a robust rail infrastructure set up over here in order to make sure that we're able to deliver any given resource in the quantity that we desire. So, I think what we'll do is we will just... Oh, actually, we need to make sure that this is all electrified, because that is the new standard on this specific bit of rail. Move this out here. Move this out here. Wonderful. Okay, this is a bit of a journey that this track is going on, but that's fine. Okay, let's get this little lake covered up. Fantastic. Excellent. Alright, get you to come around here. Any joy? No, just try again, eh? Try again, mate. Alright, wonderful. That looks much better. Much better indeed. So then we're just going to take a branch off this line right over here. We're going to bring this down, and we're going to try and connect, avoiding that irritating puddle that I can't really get rid of with that much ease. Okay, it's not going to be very complex. It's not going to be very complex at all, to be honest. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so we'll get that built. We'll do some signaling. I mean, the only bit of signaling that we really need to have done is is this. I mean, there's not actually going to be more than one train operational in these areas anyway. That transition's a little bit strange. But yeah, there's not going to be more than one train. There's not going to be more than one train operating in each of these areas at any one given time. And to be honest, I doubt that there'll ever really be a train operating to the open storage over here, because you've got to imagine that if we're moving open storage down to Dokski, it's probably going to be for either use in the building of a boat or in, you know, domestic transportation. However, we've got it now, and that's something that's kind of nice. Okay, 500,000 rubles in order to build that harbor. It's not exactly cheap, but it's fine. Right, has the Frida gone to the border yet? You are actually doing... What are you doing? What are you doing? Because I didn't set this up to unload, did I? That is a crying shame. I need you to go back to Shipski, I'm afraid, my dude. It's very important that you drop off this, it's very important that you drop off this plastic and all this nonsense. Yeah, okay, well, we'll deal with this harbor in a second. An iron mine in Mineski. This is the one that's accessible. This is the one that's accessible, even if it's not necessarily easily accessible. I can't believe that... Why does it need to be so challenging? Like, why does everything need to go on fire every 10 seconds? Okay. Right. So, first thing first. First thing first. Let's build a brand new fire station. We can do this, thankfully, whilst the game is in pause. I think we'll do it round about here. We're gonna just do the firehouse combo. You know, the iconic combo where you build a fire station next to a house in order to, you know, actually put out a fire. Right, move that back. Is that gonna mess things up? Probably not. Right. Excellent. Excellent. And then give me a house as well. Man, this is just so unbelievably irritating. It's a good thing that I'm keeping an eye on the situation. The fire situation. Because if I wasn't, then we'd be in a bunch more bother than we actually are. Okay, good. Let me get people moved across. I'm just going to move whoever. There we go. 50 people moved across. That's a full house. We get the fire station. Brilliant. And then we get some firefighters. No. You're all going to work there. All work at the fire station. Do not work at any of the depots. Right, so the range of this fire station should stretch up. Don't tell me you don't stretch to the... You do stretch to the mine that is currently in question. No fire trucks coming to deal with the fire? No firefighters? I mean, what is the issue here? I mean, there is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, access for you. Are they not able to get to... Are they not able to get to it because it's just not connected? Is it because it's not connected via road? Now, I did hear say that... that buildings that had... Sure. Buildings that didn't have... Buildings that didn't have, like, car parking spaces, like over here, don't need access by road. But what I mean to say is that I'm not entirely sure if, indeed, we need to get firefighters access via road, or if the path will do. I kind of assumed that the path would do, because, I mean, if you're a firefighter in my country, you best darn be prepared to drive up a path in order to get to a fire. In saying that, however, it doesn't look like a fire truck is coming, and to be brutally honest, a fire truck should be coming. Now, can I put a tunnel in here? Like, crazy idea, I know, right? But, like, angle of connection is too sharp. You see, if the angle of connection is too sharp, we just change the angle of connection. I mean, this is just the most irritating thing. Tunnel is above the terrain at some stages, but you will do a tunnel. You will do a tunnel, and you will do it over here. You will do a tunnel over there. I mean, that's a 300,000 ruble tunnel. Let's be frank. Right, after that, let's try a bridge. This is just the most bonkers situation in the world. I'm frankly shocked that I have to deal with this, but okay. Like, can we not just have, like, a committee to deal with, like, rural fires or something? Tell you what, that's actually pretty darn perfect. I tell you what, it looks about as risky as it actually is going to be to traverse. Right, so if we build that, that's going to build... Oh, we've already got auto rubles. Auto rubles spend on. Brilliant. Okay. Well, let me just chuck money down the drain, shall we? And as soon as that is all built, we should be able to register a fire truck. Oh, the tunnel's going to take far too long, isn't it? Okay, I mean, okay. All right. Didn't anticipate that the tunnel would take quite that long to build. I mean, is there any way that I can bridge over the mountain? I feel like the answer to that question is, without a shadow of a doubt, no. Right, turn on auto build again and get these roads upgraded to gravel. I mean, we gotta just hope. We gotta just hope the tunnel might, on some crazy level, just make it. Are we ready to go? Okay, we need to make sure that we're ready to go. Have we got firefighters here? No, we don't have any firefighters here. Why are the firefighters not moving in here? Go and work at the fire station. I understand that you're not able to get food. I understand that you've been forcibly, you know, moved from the place that you normally work and live. I understand all of that. Do I care about any of those things? No. No, I do not. No, I do not at all. Go here. There we go. Into the fire area, the fire zone. Right. Next thing's next. Let's get this road upgraded to gravel. Let's get this road upgraded to gravel. Let's get this road upgraded to gravel. This road upgraded to gravel. That's right. Okay, we are going to go. We're going to go and stick as many resources into this as we possibly can. We have 11 firefighters. There is still... It still says that there is technically access. See now, look. You see this. See, just to demonstrate a point for a second. So, as you can see, it shows the monument as green. So the green monument should be able to be extinguished if indeed there's a fire there. However, because I believe the iron mine has got parking slots right here, it just doesn't want to work. Also, I would hasten to add that this is going to be the second time that this exact mine has caught on fire. No, don't worry about the coal mine. Coal mine's never caught on fire. It's just this flippin' iron mine. You can see the footprint from the last time that it was around. Okay, so I mean at this point the tunnel is going to get done, but turns out it's just going to be 300,000 rubles down the drain. To be brutally honest, Firetruck might get dispatched. Yes, Firetruck is immediately dispatched. However, Comrade, it's too late. It's too late. Oh, it's so irritating. It's so irritating. What a gorgeous bridge though, right? I mean, look, think positives. Positive thoughts, potato. Positive thoughts, positive thoughts, positive vibes. I mean, look, I'm gonna rebuild this mine right now, because otherwise, if I don't, I'm gonna forget to, and then I'm gonna not be able to because of repressed trauma. I'm just gonna be functionally unable to build another mine. I mean, am I gonna even be able to connect this up? thankfully, I'm able to connect it all up. I mean, we're gonna make sure that we've got, like, road over here now. I mean, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me thrice, we build a 300,000 ruble tunnel. That's the way that it goes, right? I think it is. Too steep of a descent? No, video game. You can't do this to me now. There we go. See, I told you. It's that simple. Okay, no workers yet, but... Oh, goodness gracious me. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The same mine has caught on fire twice. It burnt to a crisp twice. I'm so agitated. So unbelievably agitated. Right, well, we burnt through all of the people that were living at the Minesky Flats. Yeah, that's not an experiment that I want to see repeated anytime soon. In fact, you know, just in general, I don't want to see that happen anytime ever again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, in glorious memory of our fallen comrades, we're going to build another statue up here. We're going to build a big old emblem, I think. There we go. By the end of the series, there'll be more emblems than you can count up in this vicinity. But there we go. There we go. All right. There we go. That's it. Right. You thought I'd forgotten about the code word? No, that's right. I don't know why we're into these code words so strongly, but you bet your bottom dollar I am. Also, we're out of money. We're going to need to take out a bridging loan in the next episode. I paused the game now so that we don't have to worry about it at this moment in time. Right. Code word. Code word for today. Code word for today. Long live Minesky. That's right. Say it with me, comrades, in the comments below. Long live Minesky, and, you know, pay tribute to all of our fallen comrades from the second iron mine fire of Minesky. That's right. I mean, you'd think that maybe at this point we would have figured out a way to stop the fires, but no, they're still coming. They're still coming. Ladies and gents, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, as ever, to my fantastic Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/obitapotato. Thank you also to Banana Nanana and C Senpai for being the two $25 and above tier patrons. Thanks very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.